big reasons why we got that gas motorhome. It was great. We used it and it was wonderful.
We used to drive, I would be like, hey, what are you saying? What are you saying? Now it's so much easier. We can have a conversation, no problem. That was a definite benefit. Everyone always says that diesel pushers are better, but that's not always true.
And for many RVers, buying a diesel motorhome is one of the biggest mistakes they can make. So in this video, we're going to help you decide if a diesel is the best choice for you. And today, we're going to help you figure out if you're actually ready. Now, there's going to be some good information in this video. Please take a moment, make sure you subscribe, notification bells on. So when we release videos like this, you'll get notified. Now, over to my left here, you see this large motorhome. This is our motorhome. If you're new to the channel, you don't know, this is our motorhome Stella. It's a Newmar Dutch Star 4369, but this is not how our story in RVing began. In fact, this is our third RV. And we're going to talk a little bit more about how we went from point A to where we are now.
So short version, we started RVing, we got bed bugs. From a work trip, we stayed in a hotel, we came home, we had to live in our basement for 2 weeks. I said to Izzy, let's get an RV or let's just rent one so we can hang in the driveway. I always wanted to get an RV. And we didn't do that. We actually rode it out in the basement, but then we went RV shopping. And the same day that we went, we bought our first travel trailer. We would never do that again, where we bought on that same day. Bought a Jayco travel trailer, 28 BHBE, I think it was. And the reason we bought that is because we had no idea what we were doing. We just bought it. The salesman said, hey, this is great. We're like, awesome.
We had a pickup and like that was the size to pull it. So we thought.
It worked out wonderfully. We loved our travel trailer, but very quickly we realized that we were going to be traveling more. So we got our first gas motorhome, Nelly. That was a Newmar Baystar 3626. Loved it, had it for quite a few years. And the reason we got that is because that fit our lifestyle at that point. We weren't traveling like we are now. I mean, now we're traveling, we may be full-time very soon. We were traveling, you know, a weekend here, a week in the summer. There's just a little bit, we didn't have a channel when we got that. So it just worked out for us.
That gas motorhome, we bought that new. We had it for, I believe, 6 years. We took really good care of it. I'll elaborate a little more on what MJ said. The reason why we got that was a couple of reasons. Number one, we didn't travel that much, like MJ said. The cost, initial cost, the cost of maintenance, and the amount of maintenance. Those are the big reasons why we got that gas motorhome. It was great. We used it and it was wonderful. Here we are now updated to a diesel motorhome. So why are we in a diesel motorhome? Well, we travel a lot more. We tow a heavier vehicle. We're out on the road for months at a time versus days at a time. I want to preface what we're going to tell you by saying this is only our opinion from our experience. This is not the Bible for you just because Endless RVing said this, we have to do it. We don't want it to be that channel. This is just our experience. So the first thing we're going to tell you, you're probably not ready for a diesel motorhome if you're only camping a few weekends out of the year.
Only stay within a few miles of your home.
You don't tow a vehicle behind you.
You're on a tight budget.
Big one. If you have high blood pressure and repair stress you out, do not get a diesel motorhome.
Comfortable driving something large if it's over, say, 35 feet.
How about you're buying it because it looks nice? It's the one that stands out at the campground.
Now, here are signs that you are ready or may be ready to purchase a diesel motorhome. First is that you're taking longer trips. Say longer, we're talking weeks and months at a time, numerous times in the year.
When you're traveling, depending where you're traveling, certain parts of the country, grades, mountains can become frustrating. A diesel can have a big advantage with that.
You're towing a heavy vehicle. When we had our gas motorhome, we had a 5,000 pound tow capacity. We could only take a certain type of car. Now we have 10,000 pounds and we can tow our Tahoe.
Thinking about selling everything and going full time, and you don't want to be confined to something really small. We've been in this motorhome for months at a time, and it's not really an issue, at least for two of us.
Onboard storage is becoming an issue.
Next one is huge. Ride quality is becoming an issue. If you're driving many miles, going from a gas motorhome to a diesel motorhome is a big step up in ride quality and comfort.
And last, if you're at a point in your life that you're comfortable, you're financially stable to do it.
Now you've decided you want to make the jump to a diesel motorhome, and you're looking to buy a motorhome. Maybe you don't want to buy from a dealer, you want to buy from a private party, or maybe you want to sell what you have as a private party. Well, what we did and how we sold our motorhome in 12 hours was through motorhomefinders.com. And why they're so great is because they're an independent third party, I would say negotiator, but they take all the guessing out of buying or selling. For example, when we posted our motorhome for sale, they handled all the calls, so we weren't getting calls directly. And what they did was they filtered out all the tire kickers. So we only dealt with real people that had real offers to bring to the table. If you're looking to buy a motorhome, Motorhome Finders is great because they're going to vet the seller to make sure that they're selling you a legitimate motorhome. There's a lot of scams out there, and they do have great motorhomes. For example, they do have a 2025 Integra Coach Anthem 37K, beautiful motorhome, a 37-foot Spartan K2 chassis. This is a one-owner motorhome with 29,000 miles. It has all of those features you want: residential appliances, your aqua hot system, Cummins L9 450 horsepower motor. It also has the Starlink internet and Winegard Traveler auto satellite, size bed, tile floors, all the amenities you would want in that beautiful motorhome. And they're going to make the transaction seamless. Again, we sold our motorhome in 12 hours and it was a seamless transaction. If you want more information on how you can sell or buy a motorhome on motorhomefinders.com, we'll put the link down below. Also, if you're interested just in general, they do have a free downloadable PDF on everything you should know about selling your motorhome as well as buying a motorhome. It's going to ask a lot of questions and answer a lot of questions that you should know before you decide to either sell or buy your motorhome. We just read a bunch of things, whether you're ready for a diesel motorhome or you're not. Now let's elaborate a little bit more. So what are some of the advantages? And then we're going to talk about the disadvantages. One big advantage, if you're driving a lot, it's less fatiguing. We had to do quite a few suspension upgrades on our gas motorhome because it was out of the factory, almost intolerable for more than a couple hours. Now we're able to get those suspension upgrades, which changed the handling, but it wasn't an overall, it didn't change other parts of the driving experience, the noise, the braking. Huge advantages to a diesel motorhome in that area.
The next one is a quieter ride. Huge benefit. When we went from the gas to the diesel, it was remarkable how much quieter it was in the cockpit when we're driving. When we used to drive, I would be like, hey, what are you saying? What are you saying? Now, it's so much easier. We can have a conversation, no problem. That was a definite benefit.
Well, but some people might ask why, so let me explain why. You're asking yourself, why is it quieter in the diesel pusher motorhome? Engine's in the back, you sit all the way up front. Much more quiet. In a gas motorhome, you sit up front, the engine's up front, so you're hearing all that. Now, the next logical question is like, well, what about a Super C? We've been in many different Super Cs. We have found that the Class 8, like in the Cascadia, much more quiet up front versus like the S2 RV. Those seem to be a lot louder. It's definitely louder than something like this, but not as loud as the gas motorhome.
Next one is important, and it is #stuff. More basement and more interior storage. The amount of bay storage that we have now is significantly larger than what we had in our gas motorhome, which is good because now we're on the road for, like we said, for months at a time, and we're able to carry everything we need.
Next one, again, in the comfort, air suspension is huge. On the Super Cs, it's usually in the rear. On the diesel pushers, it's all around. All corners have air suspension. In addition, most of the higher end motorhomes now are coming with a comfort drive or a power drive or an easy drive. It's a steering assist that keeps that wheel centered. When you're going down the road in the wind, it is a huge advantage to comfort and ease driving down the road.
There is such a marked difference because when our comfort drive has gone out, it's been not impossible to drive, but it was very difficult.
I noticed right away, within seconds.
Yes, yes. So the next one, and a huge benefit for us, which is why we went this path, is the driving comfort for the driver and the passenger. It's smooth, it's quiet. It is such a difference from the gas motorhome where you're kind of like clanking all over the place. This was such a smoother ride.
Yeah, one feels like a box truck, the one feels more refined. Especially if you have the tag axle, and gas motorhome people chime in if you haven't done suspension upgrades. When a semi passes you in a gas motorhome, you get pushed. When it passes you on like something like ours with a big tag axle, you don't even know it's there.
Unless you have liquid spring on the gas.
Right, I said suspension upgrade.
That was a huge difference.
So we just told you all the great things about having a diesel motorhome. You're ready to go out, but you want to listen to some negatives. So the first one is the obvious, is the cost. Everything costs more, from the purchase price to the maintenance, to keep it on the road, to fueling it, to insurance. Everything costs more, significantly more. And if somebody's telling you it doesn't, they're lying to you, right? We've owned both of them. You should budget $15,000 to $25,000 a year to keep it on the road. That sounds crazy. It will cost you that between fuel and maintenance and stuff like that.
If you have a Prevost, it's even more.
Right. So if you have $15,000 to $25,000 a year to keep it on the road, then you should be good.
Another one is it's more intimidating, and it is. And when we first jumped from that gas, I remember our first day, our first night, our first few weeks, there were things coming up that we didn't really know because it was such a whole new world for us. You quickly learn, and you learn by experience, and you learn by mistakes and all that, but it is a huge learning curve.
Yeah, a couple of things. I mean, just the tires. So the tires are big on our last motorhome, but I could remove them. These tires, I could take them off, but this is some work to put them back on. An oil change. I used to do the oil change in the gas motorhome, 7 quarts. I don't know, it'd take me 45 minutes. This one, 28 quarts. Big difference. A lot more going on in here. It's just everything is bigger, everything is heavier, and it is more intimidating.
Another big one, and a lot of you have said this to us too, have we found this, is that some campgrounds cannot accommodate something of this size. I am busy planning right now our trip out west. We're going out for a couple months out west in the fall. Cannot wait. But in terms of researching campgrounds and, you try to look at state parks and things, we are not able to do some of that. Now, are we not able to find places? No, it's not a problem at all, but you definitely are a little bit more limited depending on your size. So I guess what we're saying is to the effect of don't buy a diesel pusher because you think you've earned it.
Or a diesel motorhome.
Yeah, diesel motorhome because you think you've earned it. Buy it because you've outgrown your camping style, the way you are doing it. If you have disposable income and you want to just go for it, go for it. But for most people, this is a huge purchase. And we get a lot of questions. Should I do this? Is this the right thing for me? So hopefully this is helping you.
Right. When we talk about a diesel motorhome, we're not talking about like a Sprinter van. We're talking something big, right? Like a bus style or a big Super C. And this is our opinion. At this point, it's beyond camping. This is not really camping, right? Camping is like a van or a tent. That's camping. We get that a lot. You guys are not campers. No, we're RVers that have a motorhome. That's the appeal of this. We like to be comfortable when we're out there. And that's for some people. And some people, they don't want that. They want very basics. And that's why RVing is so great, because there's all price points and all amenities that you can get, from very basic, just a place to sleep, all the way up to all the amenities you can have at home and everything in between. So in the comments below, let us know, for those diesel motorhome owners, when was the moment you knew you wanted a diesel? Or when was the moment that you knew that you didn't want a diesel, or you stepped down, you just got rid of the diesel? We want all that information. It doesn't help us, right? It helps everybody that's watching this video.
Let us know your experience. Were you a gasser owner? You went to a diesel? And we know some people that did that and then actually went back to a gasser. Let us know what your progression has been.
We know people that went from a diesel motorhome back to a fifth wheel because they didn't want to deal with the expense.
The maintenance, yeah.
All right, so we want your feedback down below. If you like videos like this, to the left of us, we'll put our RV Newbies playlist. We'll also put our RV Tours playlist. We thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the road.